Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation, and today we're going to talk about Winter Soldier getting that Tier 3, which is some extremely exciting news, man. I'm freaking, oh man, that's awesome. And he needs it, but what he also needs is a new uniform. And I know some of you guys can be like, oh, but this uniform's awesome. Yes, it is. It is, but it's way outdated. The thing's a nightmare to play, to be perfectly honest, guys, and we'll talk about that. But I love Winter Soldier. I'm so happy to see that this guy's getting a Tier 3. I think it's fantastic. So let's take a look at his build and talk about him a little bit and what they can improve on this guy. He's got 27,000 physical attack. He has 123 attack speed, 63 crit rate, 194 critical damage. Pretty good stats. He has max ignore defense, and he has max skill cooldown. His first and last gear at 25, well actually his first, third, and fourth gear at 25. He has all 5-star Urus. Not all of the slots are amplified. I could definitely build him up quite a bit more, which I probably will. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to Tier 3 him, guys. I probably will, but I really don't know until I see his kit. If he's getting a new uniform, I just don't know. Because I'm thinking about Tier 3ing someone else, so I don't really, I'm just not sure yet. I'm going to wait and find out. And you take a look at his passive, guys. You know, he's got this 45% ignore defense, which is kind of dumb. Ignore target dodge rate by 100% for 1 second. That's awesome. One skill, decrease all speed, meh, just text. He has a 5% increase of HP because of his passive, and he gets native super armor. Amazing, guys. So he doesn't get guard broken. His second skill gives him a 10% increase of all attack. Now, this is kind of a crappy skill in a way, because what this thing does is it overrides your attack buff from your ISO 8 set. You get a 20% increase to all attack with a stage 6 ISO 8 set, and when you're using this 10%, you're overriding that 20% and only getting 10. So it's kind of annoying, you know. So when you start to fight, you don't want to use the second skill through the first couple rotations, and then after that you want to use it, and then after about 50 seconds to a minute, then you don't want to use the second skill again a couple times, and it's just kind of a pain to deal with. I really, honestly, if they're going to have this kind of buff, either make it more to where when it overrides the ISO 8 set bonus, it'll be more than the ISO 8 set bonus, so you don't have to worry about it. Or just let it, which would really be nice, is just give it physical attack. That way it'll stack onto the all attack from the ISO 8 set bonus, and he's going to be doing that much more damage, and that really would be a whole lot better. The third skill has the damage immunity, which is awesome, especially since he has super armor. He gets this attack buff based on how much damage he gets, a damage accumulation based on how much damage he takes. That's kind of annoying, honestly, anymore, guys, in this game. What I'm hoping with the Tier 3 is it would be really cool if it was like Shirog's, where when you hit that Tier 3 skill after you would hit the third skill from Shirog, you get the automatic maximum accumulated damage. You don't have to worry about taking damage during the Tier 3 at least. And I would at least like to see the same thing for Winter Soldier. That would be freaking amazing. Then you don't have to worry about taking damage all the time. And honestly, guys, it's getting to the point with the striker situation. I think I would prefer it to be, or just change this to damage proportionate to the damage you deal. You know, based on how much damage you deal. That would be a whole lot better. That way you could just hit the skill and go into your other skills and get the accumulated damage. The fourth skill has 100% ignore dodge for 3 seconds. That's amazing. Especially for Corvus, you don't even need any ignore dodge strikers. Now, we're not going to be utilizing that today. We're going to do something a little bit more interesting and fun, I think. He has a 100% chance to penetrate with super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincible effect for 3 seconds. This made him, plus he has ignore targeting on this skill. This made him one hell of a sniper, if you know what I mean. In PvP, whenever he first got his level 70 and he got this uniform, he was pretty deadly. And if this guy, you know, since he's getting that Tier 3, I don't know if they're going to change the uniform or not, but he could be very deadly, guys. He could be very deadly in PvP. Now, that's not my forte. I'm more about the PvE content, but I just thought I'd throw that out there, man. He could be very dangerous. Could be a Jean Grey murderer. We don't know. I mean, Quicksilver ended up being a pretty good one. So it's very possible that Winter Soldier could be the same way. The fifth skill. He has a dodge rate increase by 100%, which is nice. Extra survivability. He's got the attack buff, the crit rate buff, the all speed. Very, very nice. And this lasts for 10 seconds, so you keep it up the whole time, which is awesome. And then he has a stage 7 overdrive set, and this is what I'd recommend, at least with this uniform, because he gets the 10% all speed from his fist skill. And he has a CTP of energy with a 200% damage proc. And this really is the way to go, although a CTP of rage would be a whole lot easier, because the way Winter Soldier works is you got to hit his fist skill, throw out the bombs. Well, you know what? We'll just look at the preview here. Let's just watch the preview. I'll show you what I'm talking about, guys. You all know what I'm talking about. When you hit that fist skill, you got to let those bombs release. Boom! See them, then hit the 4. And then hopefully get the damage proc on the 4. And then afterwards, you can go into the 1 and then do the 3 to get your damage immunity. Hopefully take some damage. And then when you go back into the 5-4, you can deal a whole crap ton of damage. I mean, Winter Soldier's kit's pretty amazing, actually. It's just, he's real difficult to play. You know, I would like to see them simplify things. You know, when Ronin and Rogue got their treatment, which I'm happy about, I would love to see Winter Soldier get the same kind of treatment where he's just much easier to play on top of having all this extra damage. If he still has this uniform and he gets the tier 3, he gets the stats from the tier 3, yeah, I mean, unless the tier 3 offers some kind of recovery, like a long invincibility or something like that to help with survivability, I mean, I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. It's hard telling what Netmarble will do with him. Personally, I would like to see this be easier to do. I'd like to see one skill be the skill you land the damage proc on instead of combining 2 skills. Although, in a way, it's kind of cool because he's unique in that way that you have to play him that way. So, yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword in a way. He has a Mythic Uni. And let's take a look at his uniform options here. Get to it. So we got Shirag, the old uniform here. We got the attack speed there. We got physical attack here from Shuri's uniform. We got some ignore defense from Black Panther, who really needs a tier 3 himself. Then we have the Falcon uniform. Got that extra dodge for a little survivability. And a little extra physical attack from Captain America Winter Soldier uniform. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little unique. We're just going to combine a couple little things. And yeah, you might be surprised what we're going to see. So guys, let's get into the action and let's rock and roll. So we're going to do the same method as we did with Iron Man, the old one-shot, one-kill method with the all defense down. And let's get ready, guys. This is just stage 20. But we're going to hit the co-op, then the 3-5, then the 4, and boom! We're going to take old Thanos down to 10th bar, and now we're just going to try to murder him. And you know, stage 20 for old Winter Soldier, it's not bad. But hopefully when he gets that tier 3, it'll be a whole lot better. I'm hoping this guy can like cap out certain world bosses like Quicksilver and Deadpool. That would be awesome. And you guys see, you know, the one thing I did change about the Striker, instead of having Silver Surfer, we do have Anti-Venom because we really need those heals, man. Winter Soldier, just he's a real fragile character. He can't take a lot of damage. Booyah. But he's got power. Even now he's got power. Duke, but the thing is, guys, like you just got to land that proc perfectly. You got to time the throwing of the bombs with the 4 skill perfectly, and it's not easy, especially in the heat of the moment when you're fighting the battle. It's pretty rough, and then trying to remember when to hit the 2 skill, when not to hit it. It's just, he's a difficult character to play optimally, and it's really aggravating, you know. I mean, I love Winter Soldier, but I mean, he's not easy to play. And yeah, and then being fragile on top of it, it's just, I mean, and I'm really hoping that when he gets to tier 3, I hope they give him a new uniform, guys. I hope they change up his skills a little bit, but maybe keep some of those effects like the 100% ignore dodge, the ignore targeting. I mean, I don't want to see that stuff get removed. It's just, I want him to be a little bit easier to play, because right now he is not. Doesn't mean he isn't awesome, you know, he is. It's just, and he's going to be even, you know, more awesome when he gets that tier 3. Because he's just going to have higher stats. He's just going to be a whole lot more powerful. And it remains to be seen how strong the tier 3 will be. I'm hoping it's a powerful tier 3. I hope it isn't like Captain Marvel's where the tier 3 doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. I mean, that sucks, man. It's just, or Thor's, it's just, ugh. It's really nice when we see those tier 3s have tons of damage. So I'm going to be looking for those damage buffs on the tier 3 whenever we get to see it. But honestly, guys, I'm praying for a new uniform. I really want this guy to change. Had to switch there because Thanos was doing his little laser beam and our immunity was up. Watch out, watch out. But, you know, I mean, you know, yeah, remember Winter Soldier got this uniform a long time ago. And Stage 20 Thanos, it's not easy. I'm not even using an optimal team. I could put Nick Fury in here and went all crazy, but nah, I didn't want to do that. Actually, I need Nick Fury for a different run that I'm doing. But, man, I just, you know, I hope they do him right. You know, I hope they give him a really good tier 3 and make it to where not only because we love the character, but just because they made him just way more awesome than what he is, that we're motivated to tier 3 him. You know, hopefully I'm saying something like, man, I don't know, Quicksilver or Winter Soldier, I don't know. They're both so good in their own way or respective rights or whatever. I'm hoping that they're pretty balanced, you know. That's what I would like to see. I mean, I just hope they don't crap on them, man. But they sure didn't when they gave him this uniform, especially at the time that it came in the game. And there you have it, guys. You know, minute 36 seconds. Definitely could have went higher, but that wasn't the goal of this video. I just wanted to kind of have a little fun with old Winter. So, guys, let me know. Oh, nice. 30 CCF. Cool. So, guys, let me know how you're feeling about Winter Soldier getting a tier 3. And what would you like to see him get? And would you like to see him get a new uniform as well? And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.